Are we
Ah,
live? Are we live anyway?
We're live. I
I
think.
don't know.
Looks like I'm bouncing now.
Okay.
Jesus. Yeah. Well, for those that missed it, like I said, this has been a real offbeat morning. Things are just a little off rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to mute up again.
Jesus. I mute up.
Lord, Lord, Lord. Hi, everybody that didn't hear any of that.
Hi, everybody.
Are we on? I haven't even opened Rock Band, so I can't even say push the button yet.
I have pushed the button.
So, yeah, I'm really struggling here to get caught up. So, yeah, kittens are in my life, and that seems to be the news of the morning, I guess. Oh, no, what is this new thing of hell that I'm seeing? What have they done? Okay, I'll figure it out. Anyway, so yesterday, everybody was kind of off. Now, that offness you're talking about, we'll get deeper into that, but they were just off. And then she was yawling at me, just constantly talking to daddy. And I kept trying to, comfort her, but I kind of knew what was happening. She didn't want to get up in my lap. Of course, she's not that lap cat, but she will do it for 5 to 10 seconds just to get some comfort sometimes. But she didn't want that. She didn't want to get up on the table where you guys usually see her. That's usually where she comes to get her time with me, is up here, because I spend way too much fucking time in front of this computer. But yeah, she disappeared. Now, here's the thing. We had made about 3 places, I'm pretty sure. Let me see that one. We made that one behind there, made that one over there, and then she had the one we knew she originally went to was cleaned and safe for her again. So we made 2 new places, and there was the place she originally had the kittens. And I know, just they like to be secure and safe, and if possible, safe from all 3 sides, and only one access, and all those things. So try to make that work out. And I guess about the week I started having the hellacious back. Oh my God, I can't, breathe, stuff start happening. There began to be this noise directly across from me where I had shoved this table all the way up to that bookcase you guys saw the pictures of. And it kind of became just a dead zone that nobody ever really got to. I would sweep under there, mop under there, but I wouldn't really go around that side of the table for really anything, because trying to make more room back on this side of my setup so I wouldn't be all cramped and have cats tripping under me and knocking stuff off my back table because they can reach it from my chair and all that. So I began to hear this noise over there, and I knew that they had hopped up, a time or two behind me here and knocked the books down, and I could see that when I looked under the table, there were some new books on the floor, so I just figured that was what was going on. They were being overly inquisitive, maybe chasing a bug, maybe a flying critter, a crawling critter, something. About a week into it, of the back and me not being able to really get down there and see, it really began to be like Michelle said, is she building something in there? Like, yeah, it sounds like she may be nesting under there. I guess she's making it work for herself. I tried, but she's, not wanting what we did. So I made a little pillow available to the edge under there. I made a little blanket available, a little towel, all the stuff that might be usable. Nope, Daddy's books. Daddy's books were the nesting material of choice. And that's fine. I mean, I'd rather her be happy and safe in Daddy's books than freaking out and worried about whatever the comfort she's getting in there is. So, but yeah, that's where she is. So, at some point, I'm sure over the next few days, you guys will begin to hear them over the phone, over the microphone. Last night, I could hear them as she would have the one, clean it off, get it breathing, and deal with it. And then when she would stop dealing with it to have the next one, the first one would start making noise. And so we heard one, and we heard the second one. The third one seemed to have a little problem. Haley had gotten here by then, and being Haley, she had to get down in there and check it all out, which is fine because I couldn't really do it. And so when she got down there, that one was kind of laying there, and it looked like, to her, she freaked out. She's like, "Oh no, I think it's dead because I see blood in its nose." And I'm like, "No, it's probably just not cleared out yet because she's, you know, lost attention on it, got on the other one again, something. She'll get back to it, or she won't, and that's part of nature, Haley. You don't really need to get down there and mess with it, but she was convinced she needed to intercede, so she did, and it went to meowing, and Mama got back to licking on it, and everything's fine this morning, it looks like. So Spot is out of sorts. We read up, and we all historically, I know what can happen, and unfortunately, that is again part of nature, the genetic drive to keep your genetic material hanging around, and not so much other guys' genetic material hanging around. And so that causes, the male cats to act pretty savagely sometimes. So being worried about that, we went reading, and apparently the best thing to do for that to prevent it is neutering, and he has been neutered. I think it's more just curiosity, wanting to get over there, and she don't want him over there, and she's letting him know when he gets over there. So because she's hissing at him, he's reacting to her. Everybody's in their natural mode, but I really am not scared of Spot doing something like that. He's just never been that kind of cat. He's the lazy lap cat. He's not the attack the bird cat. Now, don't worry about. We also had a bird get in the house. Interesting enough, 2 days ago, and the cats almost lost their mind. I think it was me, unloading groceries. Yeah, he was. Yesterday, he did walk around for about 10, 15 minutes looking up. I think he was actually tracking a little insect. Because, these Zack, these ceilings are so high that if there's a little mosquito or a little gnat or something flying around up in the rafters that we can't see, they can definitely probably track it with their eyes. So they're constantly looking at shit that's not there for us, and we're just over it at this point. We're like, yeah, that's Ernest or whoever. So move on. But it's been an exciting little time here with the cats and trying to deal with it. Now, they did say in that same couple of different places we read that it's probably best to keep the male cat contained at night, away from the kittens if possible, until, acclimates,
Yeah, I'm sure Mama will take care of that.
So, I put him in the bathroom. That's basically the only place he can be. He has everything: water, food, litter box, and be all right. That's where I put her when she was in heat, and he was not neutered, and all those different things. So I knew that was a place he could be, and he was. And I hopped up a little early this morning, went in there and got him. And he's all good. They're all again still a little out of sorts. The other two females are kind of, sniffing around, checking it out, but they're not acting kind of wiggy like he is. Between the bird the day before and the kittens yesterday, Spot, I don't know what the hell's going on. So,
I'm wondering what the hell's going to happen today.
Absolutely. I hadn't even got back to chat either, damn it. I'm having trouble with Rockfin. I don't know what's going on with it. There it is. Finally, the right login stuff. It wouldn't let me get to a login anywhere. It's like it was doing that thing almost the other morning. Has it been hacked? I'm kidding. I don't know what's going on with it. There I am in the Fin. Hello, the Fin. Let me mute that up.
I opened up the Fin this morning, and I there's an option to pop the chat out, and that's usually what I'll do is I'll pop the Rockfin chat out to a separate window so that I capture it for OBS. But when I opened up the Rockfin chat, there was such an awesome message sitting there.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That awesome message has been there and been there and been there. It's a robot. It's a robot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Pushing Rick Simpson oil? Sweet.
I kicked that off. I called it out and kicked it out like Tuesday morning, Friday morning. One of those mornings I called out and read it off and
no, maybe I guess
got it in the chat. Yeah. It was probably that morning you were struggling with the audio. No, you were having audio like hell. You were hot. You couldn't figure out stuff. It was that morning, I'm pretty sure, that you were trying to figure out what was going on with your audio. Everything was weird. Everything's been weird, though, with the audios and et cetera. So, did you rebuild? Have you done that yet?
No, not yet.
Steve Austin? All right. I feel like I've been talking too much. How was your weekend, Zach? Did we hear from you? Did I miss it because I was coming in late?
It wasn't bad. We had a little bit of rain and stuff like that. And what did I get done? I've been playing on that Fortnite editor.
That's true. I know what you've done a little bit of.
I
So
spent a
it was
lot
pretty
more
crazy.
time. Yeah, instead of playing Fortnite, now I've been designing levels. I mean, I haven't shot a gun, and I don't remember. It's been a few days since the last time we all played together, probably Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I played one time since then with my family. Just because I hadn't played with them in probably a week, just timing and my back and not really sitting in front of the computer a lot. So, but yeah, definitely. I'm kind of like you. I hadn't played Fortnite legitimately, and since we all played together, which is good. It's good to take a break from all that crap.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I have a clue. Probably it's my change I'm trying to make, in my life. I had mentioned, a few weeks back, trying to lessen my floral intake, if you will, actual harmful smoke into my lungs. And I know we can talk to John Savage all day about the harm or not harm of smoke in lungs. However, having had a respiratory therapist mother and sister and seeing years of smoking and what it did to lots of people in their care, lots of people in my family, lots of people, my mother, OCPD or OCPD, COPD, one of the ODD, I don't know, one of those. There's effects, harmful, saving your lungs from worse things, whatever, good for them. There's all kind of things I know. But the fact is, when I smoke, my lungs suffer from it eventually if I don't take a break. So, been trying to do that. Of course, it's become almost a necessity to take that break of late, but I've really been trying to shift to more of an edible life if possible. And it's worked out somewhat. Unfortunately, my Herculean resistance to said edibles is troubling at times and also causing to. It's the whole thing. We don't need to get into the details. Just there's the whole thing that makes it different. So, and as much pain relief as it can have in the long term, definitely on the daily basis, if I can find that fine line of not getting to the, oh Lord, it's time for a nap stage, but stay in that, the pain is not killing me stage, then it's good. But it's hard to walk that line. And that being said, you would think with that nodding out on the couch, it'd be no problem just to head off to bed and have a nice full night's sleep. But unfortunately, the difference between inhaling it and the difference between eating it and the effects it has on quieting that nighttime monkey apparently are not the same at all. Because for the last 3 nights, 2 nights for sure, 3 nights, the first night it was just like not sleeping right well enough to keep Michelle awake. Last night, or the night before last, it was me apparently like jerking and making an aggravated noise in my sleep. And like I told her, it was probably me just in the middle of a fight and handling some shit, but I was not resting apparently at all. And when I woke up from that, couldn't get back to sleep at like midnight, 1 o'clock, having gone to bed at like 10 o'clock. So it's been that kind of night, and that kind of is how last night went. I got to bed about 10 with the cat excitement and Haley being here late, and then probably 1:30, 1:40, woke up, lay there as long as I could, finally got out of bed about 2:20. So just not at all sleeping. I don't know if you guys been having that too. Is it an energy thing, or is it just not having my same amount of what I need to sleep in me, I guess?
It's hard to say. I've definitely been feeling that energy too. I've consistently been up an hour, 2 hours before I need to be. And that's need to be because my alarm's set an hour, 2 hours before I need to be up to do something anyway. 4 a.m. is my normal wake up time. That's
right up.
But I've been waking up 2:30, Right, 1:30, and I'll usually am able to fall back asleep once or twice, but I'm usually then 2:30 is when I'm awake again and can't go back to sleep. Like again, I was awake, showered, dressed, ready to go before my alarm went off to get up for this morning. So take that for what it's worth.
All right, that was me too. Showered, breakfast in me. I actually realized sitting here, I was about to say, got my kratom down, and I looked over and it's still sitting in a little cup. I put it in. I was like, oh man, how many times do I do that? That's ridiculous. Anyway, but yeah, I dealt with the cats, got Spot happy, had a little time with him to make up for putting him in the bathroom all night, some grooming and loving, and he enjoys it. He loves daddy time. So it was, early morning, got up and dealt with things, and that's great. But I know I'll be suffering if I don't get that nap today, which I had been not doing of late on Tuesdays. Been trying to get in the realm of going to bed with her and, just trying to not be that midnight oil burning dude for no real reason, to stay up as late as I do and just, changes, try to make some changes. And, yeah, just craziness. It seems like, yeah, it's been a battle to get that calmness to sleep that I need, I guess. I don't know. And it's not like, oh, my brain's running over certain, something's driving me crazy or, stressing over the kids. There's nothing. Sure, there's people I'm concerned about in my life, definitely, and worry about, love, and, send energy to, but there's not like an over, like, oh, God, is he, I don't know. Don't have a clue what it is. Really don't. So now I'm kind of trying to play catch up and chat and see if they're feeling it as well.
Been trying to make a few changes myself. Friday, I think, after the show, sometime Friday evening, I think before I went to bed, I had, as so far, my last cigarette. So that's like 3 days voluntarily not smoking is probably the longest I've gone voluntarily.
Oh, that's fucking A, dude.
So again, we're all making changes. It's just causing us maybe to disrupt all of our energy. Got to reset that root, that base energy.
Yeah, me and Nachiketa were actually chatting on Telegram yesterday. I popped in trying to get some things passed from my phone onto the computer so I could make a video happen. And I saw he had popped in and thrown me a little wave there. So I hopped in and popped back. And we were kind of talking about that idea of energy and prana and how it's a precious resource and very valued and really plays a lot into what the 3 and 4 of us here on Iron Realm do on a weekly basis, and you guys that chat, that watch, and send love and energy back, and all that whole thing, and how it is good, but it can definitely wear us out and thin out things, and it's hard to spread it that thin sometimes, and just that whole thing. So it's definitely been a thing on my mind, especially with us never taking the breaks we keep promising we're going to take because we like each other so much. We want to hang out. So it's that whole catch-22. It's like, fuck, I need to break from you asses. I can't get away from you asses. So, yeah, I don't know. And so far, it's doing all right. I'll just get a nap in when I need it, I guess. That's all I can do for now.
It's like Christmas time, breaks from you guys. It really is like Christmas presents. Just that's the thought that counts. Generally, that's enough. Just thinking, but accepting and realizing and internalizing the fact that, okay, as a human being, I probably need a break from these other human beings with whom I spend so much time. And just that thought alone, that's usually break enough. So that works out well. A couple days, I'm itching to get on a call. And I don't even have studio open.
There you go. Well, now that you say that,
3
I
minutes.
just realized that
3 minutes before we hit the break.
Good deal. I was going to say, do I have it open? But I actually do. And I need to, I need to check on something I just remembered. Oh, yeah, let me look in chat and see who's here. I haven't really, y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm out of it. Like, as you hear, it's been interesting. Wow, I see new people. Hi, new people. Or new to me. I apologize if you've been here and I missed you before. What was that name?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't going to try.
Let's try.
I thought
Zamia Jest Plaska. Earth is flat. Welcome. Glad to have you here. I probably destroyed that in ways it's probably, regrettable, but did my best. And hi to the rest of you. I will type, I promise. I'm just trying to find out if. Damn it. Not yet. He's not here yet. If he is, I missed him going through. That's cool. I'm going to shout him out in a minute when he gets here. Anyway, I don't know. Something else came through my brain for a second and it flitted away. Anyway.
big shout out Stellium 7. Everybody go check out Stellium 7 channel.
I just saw him as I rolled up. I just saw Mike. What is up, Mike? You were on my mind recently as well, sir, because not long after the big debut of our good buddy Alex Michael hanging out with Jim Brewer on the Brunerverse. Boy, that's a mouthful for some reason. Somebody did a hit piece on Alex. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, who did this?
There's a hit piece. Somebody revealed Alex Michael, Flat Earth Man, revealed. I'm just being a dick. It was Trinity 4, and it was just when he was hanging out with him and Mike there, and what a blast it was, and what an amazing human being Alex is all around. That was what it really was. It was just a great title to get people to click, because usually when something good happens for one person, here comes the hit pieces. So it was beautifully done. Shout out for sure. So, and speaking of, we haven't had that fine gentleman and his family on in feels like a decade now. So
we do need to reach out.
Definitely need to reach out across the pond there. Yep, for sure. Oh, there he is. So Jeremy, I see you in chat. I'm on it. That's all I'm gonna say. Nod, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I'm on it.
Say no more.
Say no more.
And shout out to Dave Weiss, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, DITRH.
What is up, David? The man himself.
Yeah, he shared some really cool videos about the pyramids with me. And they just ring true. What this guy was
hold on, Zack, before you get too lost. I'm seeing 10 seconds and not hearing break music, so I don't know what that actually means.
Okey-dokey. 3, 2, 1.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, Nemo said everybody head on over to TFR, so I assume they're broadcasting out something that we're talking
about.
They're
in here. They're not muted up. They're with us, but I'm definitely not hearing break music nor TI. We're probably talking all over the commercial. How about we shut up for 2 minutes?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Do we shut up for 2 minutes and sit here in silence and let everybody else suffer? Do we kick them out and just continue
or do we
no breaks?
Come out and go or talk over it? I don't know what to do because it's not acting right.
I say we talk over it.
All right, let's do it.
Act as if. We'll just act as if it's there.
Go.
I'm speaking over.
Trying to take Kratom. Give me a minute to get this choked. Wait, did I put the Kratom Plus? Nope, I didn't. Oh, man. Speaking of Kratom Plus, head over to Grounded Extract. If you have not, you should be over there and getting your Kratom Plus, Best Earth, all kinds of little goodies. Like I generally put James and Naja's link in our show description instead of any kind of silly shit we would have in there, like T-shirts or a website that worked or anything like that. One day, though, we'll get back to that. You think?
Yeah, I might reach out to somebody about doing something.
Right, I know that's what I'm doing with Jeremy. Wait, not now.
I mean, at least we've
Right,
got them. That's
hurting
the
me.
beauty. That really was the main reason we even got them to begin with. I think we always had grand plans of doing something with them, but mainly it was just to have them in our possession.
Mostly.
That
Well,
being
mine especially. We'll have to tell those good tales one day. Have we ever told all those good tales?
I don't think we've. No, I don't think so. I think that vaccine drama, I think thus far, even after all these years, has.
I know
stayed.
we still haven't brought all that out.
And that's
'cause we
people
don't
that have
trust
never
it. It's
been on the
just not
show. People that nobody's ever heard of,
ever
known,
even
or talked
heard
to.
of. I know. It's so great. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do that one of these days coming up.
You know, I thought about reaching out when I went on Twitter to put that guitar link and got kind of dinked down in the hole and went on messages and I thought, man, I should reach out to some people on here I hadn't heard from in a long time, see if they want to come hang out, and didn't because I got down a rabbit hole with some kind of weird video.
Maybe I'll do that. I know I'm still in some of those chats. I'll scroll down and
see.
see.
I know I am too. So
that'd be interesting. Little celebratory reunion. Right.
I also got the message about them taking down the Periscope and the live stuff too, which apparently I had done one that drive through to. It was a meetup at the base of the chapel. I mean the
Pontchartrain Bridge.
Pontchartrain Lake Bridge with Shotgun Sally and damn it. And my brain's too not awake yet, but yeah. And so I drove the infamous bridge with ramps, waiting to be launched up at a good 90-degree angle almost. Get it? Never seemed to happen all the way across that bridge. And those photographs just kept flying through. Wow. Shut up, Clownly. Ooh. Maybe sneeze. I'm allergic to bullshit.
Even still, whether it's not necessarily the roller coaster bridge, but I guess maybe the bridge supports, I still see that fucking like Pontchartrain bullshit all the time.
I don't even look in those places that bullshit would be anymore. You know, the only debates I've seen, quote unquote, have been when David has a great show that he shares and we all kind of check it out. You know, and that's as debateful as my life has been, in years now. Because I was over that when I got over it and stopped doing it on Twitter. And I was over it when it started disrupting my life. A nice, happy little family.
Yeah,
definitely over when it blew it all apart. So.
David's
Sorry, go ahead. Hey, you're back. I was about to say, did we lose Zack? Welcome back, Zack. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was saying his interviews are a great way to kind of measure the water of how well Flat Earth is doing, in my opinion. You go back to when he first started doing interviews and putting them out, there were a lot more people back then that were not even on the fence. They'd start off, I'm a globe believer, blah, blah, blah. I think you're crazy, but here's your 15 minutes. There were a lot of those. Now it's like 180 degree difference. So many people are on the fence. Everybody's at least heard of it for the most part. And yeah, there's so many interviews that Dave does now where the people are like already flat earthers. They just want to have Dave on, but they already are at least questioning the globe. Yeah, it's awesome seeing the turnaround. And of course, there's still the globe people that won't let go of their ball. He's always gonna. I think you're always gonna have those types of people, always, at least for a while. But yeah, you can see the difference when you go back a few years and just watch I mean, I've watched all of them, pretty much. But even if you just watch the first 10 minutes and listen to the person introduce Dave, you can see a big difference now from 4 or 5 years ago. Huge difference. And I think that speaks volumes to what's happening. I mean, we were talking about the percentages. What was that on the show Friday, I think? Friday night?
I think so. That's right.
In the US, they say it's like up to 11% people don't believe that we live on a ball. And I mean, 11%, not a huge percentage, but when you have 300,
300, almost 400.
yeah. So we're at like 37 million people in this country alone that don't believe we live on a spinning ball. That's huge. At least in my opinion, it's more than I thought I would see in my lifetime. So I'm happy. Things are moving along nicely, I would say.
How many of those 37 million plus, people, they say,
allegedly,
don't believe the earth is a ball? How many of them do you think actually got that manic research? I need to spend like a week buried in this shit to try to sort this out before it drives me absolutely insane. And how many of them do you think are still just using that same old thought process? I mean, you see them all the time, but I'm just trying to break down this 10% a little bit, I think. How many of you think just like, oh, okay, sure, okay, the earth, maybe not a ball. That's interesting. Sure.
I would say most of them are like that. Most of them. I don't think, the truth isn't something that everybody wants, in my opinion. I didn't care about stuff like that so much. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of did. I don't know. That's a good question. I know the lockdowns helped out a tremendous amount because it gave so many people all the time they needed, to look into stuff,
Right.
binge watch all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that backfired on them big time. It was like one of those catch-22s. Should we just turn the internet off and deal with that crazy chaos all right now? Or do we just keep letting them all converse and talk to each other and we'll deal with this when, we get to it, type of thing?
Sorry, got to shut the internet off. Send the employees home. Nobody there to run it.
I'm still waiting for that, dude. I'm still waiting for there just to be no internet one day and see what happens. Yeah, South Park predicted it would be pretty bad. They had to head out west to find them internets. Oh. But yeah, I don't know, Josh. What do you think, Walter? How many of those people?
Well, I mean, we kind of had waves of, and I hate saying these words, those people. God, I hate those words. We had a wave come in, with us, with the next wave and the next wave, who were straight into the Flat Earth Society stuff and straight into the not even understanding that the moon, did what it did because they never had looked up at it ever in their life. You know what I'm saying? There were a lot of those people that would put out videos that were just like, oh, stop that. Please stop that. This is what makes people go, oh, we're a bunch of idiots. So, and I understand it's a learning curve. My early videos, I'm embarrassed. Sometimes they're up, but it's part of my past, part of my life. path, so it was valid at the time, and it's valid that I've moved on from some of that and still think some of that's valid. So I think it's still that way, but because this thing has literally fractally expanded, I was going to say exponentially, but Lord, it's fractal at this point, how huge it's gotten beyond even what I thought it would have at this point. Truly, I mean, I thought it would just be kind of like once that couple of months that my amazing, oh, there's the sun doing crazy shit. Don't you, everybody will see this, instantly wake up and the world's better. That didn't happen. So I moved on, on that idea. It's going to be a slow grind. It was a lot quicker grind than I thought, so it's got to be exponentially. That would work for this. That amount of people, because it's that much bigger, is going to be percentage wise bigger. Logically saying that. But are there more of those people than the actual researchers? I don't know. There's a lot of people who just didn't, a couple weeks and they were happy. For me, it was 6 months of trying to get past NASA because of the brain fuckery I had gotten into wanting to be an astronaut. So, and not just NASA, but aliens and, a lot of what I had done in my life to get past some shit the other people in life thought was one way and I thought was another. So those things were pretty established for me. Had to deal with those too. So, it wasn't, oh, sure, Earth's flat logically because they lied to us about everything ever for me. It was definitely, okay, they definitely lied to us about everything, but that can't be a lie that big, can there? I had to really see that there can be fucking lies that big and bigger, So everybody's at a place that either they can still willingly just accept something, which I never have been that person. I always needed to see it. Even, in school, mom constantly in the principal's office because I wouldn't just accept that answer. I wanted to know why I have to put A, B, or C down on this paper, not just that it's A, B, or C, or all of the above, or what the fuck ever. Why is it that, So yeah, and with my son, same thing. No, I don't want a list of words. I want my son learning phonics. Okay, well then I'll teach him phonics, or I'll just get him out of this school and take him to a charter school, which is what I did. Oh wow, we got some weather coming. Lightning and thunder hitting outside. So yeah, percentage wise, there probably are quite a few of those people involved. But hopefully, I hate to even say that. I was going to say hopefully that's going to make it a bigger seen thing and more people will actually do the research. But if there's that many that will just accept it, then how many will do the research? Hell, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We're so different and at different points in our life. Everybody wanting the truth at the same time, I don't think that would be a good thing. I think it's happening exactly how it should, nice and slow, and yeah, I don't think the truth is even for everybody. I think I don't want to call them NPCs, but they just don't care one way or the other, really.
I think that's it. And I think, Walt, you're right. The lockdowns allowed people to kind of take a peek behind the curtain. Be like, oh, shit. We've been lied to about all sorts of stuff. Flat Earth? Why not? We've been lied to about, sure. We've been lied to about all sorts of stuff. What's on TV?
Yeah. Who's playing again tonight?
Right.
And yeah, I mean, I get it. For some people, it's not as huge of a deal. Maybe they didn't wrestle with it as much. They don't see the implications.
It's the cog disc they cannot recognize as cognitive dissonance. They don't understand the
They don't
cognitive dissonance.
understand how big it is, right?
But when it's kicking
It's kind of like one of those things, their brain just has to go, yeah, okay, because if they really look deep at it, it'll break their everything. It'll
Yep.
break them apart. They can't see that. So they'll just have to, okay, I'll shift that enough to go along and be happy again, and now I can watch Beverly Hills Wives or whatever the fuck's on. I don't even know anymore. Is that even a show anymore?
That question, why would they lie, has helped so many people crawl back to sleep. I know a few of them. They're family members. They get it. We see too far. A lot of things that we were told about the globe don't make sense just based in physics alone. Like understood physics, well established. The globe model doesn't make sense. Like they get that stuff. But there's also that, well, why would they lie? And you can give them 100 reasons and they can still, somehow dance around the idea that, yeah, but I just don't see why they would lie. And to me, that's just insane. That's like,
Yeah, my friend, I
it's a
know that
non
one.
sequitur.
It is. It's a huge
That's the one
non
that breaks
sequitur.
me the most is so many people I literally know in my life who up to this point are all about it. Yeah, fuckers, lying, evil fucks, medicine, blood, pricks, and oh, but space is real. What are you fucking talking about, idiot? NASA, go. It's like, come on, really? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that whole,
It's the
it's like a
cognitive
fallback.
dissonance. That is the cognitive dissonance. I don't understand why they would lie. So I'm sure they don't.
Yeah. It's like, I'm glad detectives don't do that. You
Or
walk in, you see two
psychiatrists.
bullet holes. Yeah. See two bullet holes in the back of someone's head. Well, we can't find any reason. Nobody has any motive to kill this person, so it must have been a suicide. We can't figure out why anybody would want this person murdered. So, yeah, it's just a suicide, I guess, because, well, I mean, why would anybody kill this person? We can't figure out why. Well, it's like it doesn't matter. He's got two bullet holes in the back of his head. Somebody did this. Does there really have to be a why? Do we have to know why people are doing something to call them out for doing it?
Right.
But yeah, this goes Plato's cave. Perfect. 100%. They knew this. If Plato's a real person, they knew this a long time ago. Those able to see through the lies, Well, those able to see through the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed by the masses. So those people that can see all the lies, that aren't illuminated ever, or, they're in the shadows. Those people, they knew that the general population, the masses, would never believe them. They can't even understand what they're saying. And I think that's that whole cog-dis thing you mentioned, Josh. They can't understand it. Not that they don't want to or this or that. They cannot understand it.
Well, they think they
lack-
should. For some reason, they have this expectation that they should be able to. Right? For some reason, I just can't seem to logic out this person's insanity. Right? He's insane. He says what he's saying is insane, and it doesn't make any sense to me in my brain. So he must not really be saying that. That must not really be the way things are, because I can't reason it. If it doesn't make sense to me in my brain, then as a narcissist, that just must not be real to anything else around me. because the only thing that in my brain affects me are the things directly around me that I can see. And it just doesn't, I don't understand psychosis. I can't look at a person and understand their psychosis, so that psychosis must not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Or even deeper, I don't know where these intrusive thoughts could be coming from. I can't understand a person hearing voices. That doesn't make any sense. They must not really be hearing them. The things these people say that they see, I don't see them, so they must not really be there, because there's absolutely there. I don't understand how they could see something and I couldn't, so they must not. There must not really be anything there.
They're crazy. Yeah, I don't want to hear what schizophrenics hear, but I do at the same time. You know, I don't want to open that door and let something in that I don't want in, you know, but I want to comprehend and understand what they're going through and how intense of a situation that would be to have another entity inside your head talking to you. And I know it happens quite a bit, you know, anymore now I just laugh at it and it goes away like almost instantly. But since Jerry Marzinski, I heard that man speak. Yeah, I'm totally on board with there being other entities out there that we can't see, that can, you know, they don't make audible noises that humans can hear. They almost like send a signal to you somehow. I don't know how they do it, but now this is a belief, okay? I've never been in that situation, but I believe that these things are there. After hearing some of the stories that Jerry has told, and just, yeah, it's.
You ever play on a CB radio, Zach, when you were a kid, young kid on a CB radio, just flipping through channels to listen to truckers, to interrupt truckers, to just reaching out to see who's out there, just playing around on a CB radio?
Mm-hmm.
What if it's the same way with these entities? They're just reaching out. They're scanning channels to see who will respond, who's going to give them that energy. And the people that give them the energy are shit. That was a
who might be sitting there with a Ouija board playing around, right? Or who might be.
Or why the fuck would I think to just drive my fucking car straight into the fucking bridge embankment? Maybe that's weird. Maybe I'll just start focusing on those, listening. Maybe I can hear those weird thoughts again. Just strange. I would have that. Maybe I have them and don't notice, and you start focusing and listening, and pretty soon they're like, oh shit, okay, and then start throwing these negative thoughts in there, and pretty soon, oh, the more you listen for them, the more you're going to hear, and pretty soon now you're completely enveloped with all these negative thoughts from which you don't know how to escape. I don't know.
I think it's because I keep the door closed that it won't happen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
When like you said, we have these crazy negative thoughts. Hey, I'm just going to go drive everybody in the car into oncoming traffic right now. It's like, what? Where did that come from? Yeah, I've never really dwelt on those. They come and I just acknowledge that, wow, that was really weird. Why did I think that? And then I kind of go on with my day, you know? But yeah, it's almost like they're fishing. Like you said, they're sitting there just casting out a line, waiting for someone to just pull on it a little bit. And then, but it's not like they so much catch you and reel you in. They just keep fishing you, keep talking to you, keep that line open till it drives you mad. The guy Jerry brought on last time. I mean, this guy was I think an engineer, and a wife and children and a normal person who went through all this. And Jerry's helped him, battle those voices. Are there any schizophrenics that stop 100% completely hearing those voices? Not with drugs and stuff like that. I know Jerry he thought the drugs was half the issue. Keeping people, in this Thorazine shuffle.
Right. Absolutely.
Just helps them control the people. It doesn't actually help the person deal with the issue. So yeah, and the stuff that they say, they all say the same thing. They don't want people reading the Bible. They don't want people smoking cannabis. But hey, meth and coke and heroin, they'll help you remember where you got it last, Yeah, I think this is one of those we've talked about before, topics that are bigger than flat Earth. And I think this might be one of them, really. We always ask questions about how could a human do that to another human? How could we be so different? How could we have such different thoughts and feelings and things like that? Or it's like these people have no feelings. But what if, you had this parasite talking to you your whole life, telling you that you're not human, you are a human, but these other people, they're actually not humans. They're some lesser life form. I still have trouble wrapping my mind around the secret societies, and not so much about how these people act now. I mean, the first 7 years of your life are very influential, and if they want to turn you into a monster, they can. But who started all this stuff? This way of raising a child without love and affection, the touch of its mother, raised in a cold, harsh environment its whole life. Who started all this? Who had these ideas? It's hard to imagine a human being coming up with something like that wasn't shown to them. Just my opinion, though. I don't know. I don't think any human beings are actually intrinsically evil from birth. I don't know. I just don't know. That's one of them philosophy things.
Well, there's that. Wait, are we going to try to see if it happens? It's actually, oh, no, it's not. I just checked again, so not hearing anything. Oh, look, I'm just seeing about 11 hours ago, our good buddy Alan Holman there in chat saying that at the same time this morning, earlier, whatever, 11 hours ago at the 57 mark, he didn't hear any stuff either between. So apparently they've been having trouble for some hours. Anyway, the MK Ultra idea, the idea of the ability to cause a person such shock that they will literally be frightened out of their body. I mean, there's no other word for it. Allowing control, allowing entities to enter, allowing all kind of shit to go on. This is just crazy with the conspiracy theories. That'd be one thing, but there's fucking records of it. End of story. Okay. So starting a life with a slap, and like you said, immediate roughing up. And dude, I was going to go through that window and take that nurse out the way she was treating my granddaughter when she got here. I couldn't believe it. Like, that's not a fucking chunk of meat you're throwing around on that table, you lunatic. That wasn't a human being handling another human being. You know, I don't know what that was, but if I'd ever got my hands on her, it'd have been bad. They'd have had me in the jailhouse. So that idea that there are entities in place in those institutions who guarantee that that idea is continued and carried on, and circumcision and whatever else fucking lunacy they can come up with to inflict and prick a child with as it enters this world as a fresh new soul to embark on this grand adventure of being a 3D meat machine. Yeah, I don't doubt that that's an entry time or an entry point for a new little twisted creature that can either be fully driven by some twisted gen entity, half driven half the time, there's your schizophrenia, multiple driven by multiple times, kinds, whatever. So yeah. I don't doubt it at all. We should reach out, get Jerry and that crew back over here, see if they've got him flat yet.
After our last, that's the one thing I love about our group here. We cover all kinds of topics, and when a guest comes on and they have something they want to talk about, you know, I've seen lots of channels who will always bring up flat Earth, no matter who they're talking to, about what, no matter what the guest. But here we don't push it on people. You know, we may approach it somewhat, like there at the end with Jerry. We just brought up about how, yeah, psychology sounds a lot like cosmology, the way they go about it. You know, it's nonsense. But I lost my train of thought there. I'm just seeing Jerry, that smile that he's got.
Right. Well, definitely it was kind of interesting, like I said, there at the end of their time with us. And the topic came up how the lady, I can't even remember her name, damn it. I should go back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Jerry knew that she.
Yeah, he didn't. I could see on his face, he was kind of like, what the hell?
Serious? Yeah.
I know, man. I can't. I'd love to check back in to see what happened with that whole thing. Because it can't have not come back up. Which one?
Is your buddy called back? The one we just had on.
Oh, Grady? Yeah, he's good. I chatted with him here and there on Facebook. And then we were supposed. Huh? No, not at all. He's still willing to look into stuff. We just hadn't had a chance to really get into facts and figures. He's got a very busy schedule with his pilot, thing he has going, and then when he's not, he's still working there on a 9-to-5 grind, basically. So
those guys.
We're gonna make it happen. Like I said, we were supposed to meet up, and we were going to where he lives, Shell and I, and meeting up with him and his wife, who I remember, from years ago here in town, but haven't seen in years, and probably she wouldn't remember me at all. But anyway, and it just didn't work out because I wound up not going anywhere that week with my back and everything. So we're gonna make it happen. And then Damascus and I have chatted about making a kind of a reunion show happen, and him and Grady and get them on. That'd be quite the show, I think. So yeah, it's been interesting. No, when you first said how's my friend, I thought you were talking about my buddy back here that had the accident. He's doing great. He's, like I said, dude, they made guys different back in the day apparently than us little wimpy asses. Because hell, if I'd got run over by a truck, I'd be still laid up going, oh my God, what happened? And he's out and about and driving and all. Yeah, it's just like, how in the hell are you doing all this already? Yeah, he's kicking. So shout out to Gary.
They were made of something different.
Yeah, dude, different mold. They threw away the mold for them dudes. Oh.
Neighbor's like 80 something. He had open heart surgery. Then like a week later, he's at home walking around doing this, and then 2 weeks later, he's out by himself,
Right. Yeah.
driving his wife nuts now.
Him too. That's what I'm saying. Like a week after he's out of the hospital, he's out driving himself around. When I saw him coming back, it's like, you don't need a ride? I mean, I can give you a ride, dude. It's like, no, I just need to go to the doctor. I'm good. I'm like, all right. You let
Yeah,
me
he's
know if you
going to
need
the doctor
anything. He ain't
by
called me
himself
once.
now.
I've gone over there and checked on him, multiple times. He's yet to call me for any help. And he like, can you give me anything? Nothing. He is just, super independent guy. He's something else. So.
And he already started telling the doctors, piss off, I'm not coming in to see you this week.
That's what I figure is going to start happening with him anytime
He just
now.
wants my money. It's with insurance. These heart doctors, with insurance, it's $350 copay to visit, just to go in for a checkup. I was like, what? What's the point? How much is it without insurance to go sit and talk to this guy for 15 minutes? I mean, it is ridiculous. They were talking about the whole student loan thing. Oh, we're going to get rid of everybody's student loans. Does that going to mean the colleges are going to start charging less? Or that's not going to fix the problem at all, by handing out money to people to pay off your buddies, the money that they're owed. What you should do is tell your buddies not to charge so damn much so people can afford it. Did you hear now? In colleges for freshmen, there's some colleges that they're doing away with grades.
They're going to have like an Elvis sticker.
How is that going to do
Smiley face.
anything? Oh, well, because it's so hard becoming an adult, that your freshman year in college is so hard, and a transition and this and that. Yeah. You know how long people have been going to college? And freshmen have been getting straight A's, the ones that actually give a shit and don't party the whole time. That's why I didn't go to college, because I knew myself. And I knew I would be drunk trying to fall asleep instead of going to class in the morning. But yeah, there no more grades for freshmen. What's the point of going then? If you're not going there to learn, there is a really interesting quote in here though that made me where is it? I can't find it now. Pretty much saying that, grades aren't that important anyway. Okay, if a student already knew the material before taking the class and got that A, they didn't learn anything. And if a student came in and struggled to get a C plus, they may have learned a lot. No, that's not the part where it said it. Oh, grades are not a representation of a student learning. As hard as it is for us to break the mindset that if the student got an A, it means they learned. And that can't be any more true. I got an A in history, and it's because I cheated. I didn't deserve that A. I didn't learn anything. I copied down. There was like a pop quiz. It wasn't really a pop quiz because we had it every single day. We knew it was coming. But it was 10 questions. He asked, I don't know why the teacher did it this way, same 10 questions in that order for every class.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so I went and found somebody who had them first hour.
Right.
They gave me a list of the answers. I made 4 copies, handed them out to my buddies that were in that class, and we all got A's in that class. I didn't learn anything. So yeah, the whole grading system doesn't mean you've learned something.
Unless you get an Elvis.
Yeah, you get an Elvis, you're the king. No, but that's why we have to get the idea of all I need is that piece of paper out of students' heads. That piece of paper is really worth nothing if you didn't learn the material required to get that piece of paper. If you just regurgitated something and then now it's gone out of your brain. I've been thinking about that. I had this thought last night. You know, like when you are going through a movie and you have to step away or something like that, and you remember the part you were at. Well, that's not something that you're going to remember forever. Once you go back and start that movie from that part again, you don't need to remember that information. You know, it's gone. Unless something happens and you recall that memory, that's not something that you're going to need in the future. So your brain kind of just lets it go. I see that as how so many of these young adults' brains are working when they're supposed to be obtaining. They don't care about the knowledge, you know, it's just there to get that piece of paper. But there are students out there that actually want to learn. I can't remember a time in school that I wanted to learn except for British literature because the teacher was just so cool. She challenged me. She was the only teacher that told me you can't do that. You know, most teachers, they try to build you up. Oh, you can do it, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Good job. She was the exact opposite. Now, she was like that with certain students that needed that, but she knew I didn't. I needed to be pushed and challenged. I needed to be told I couldn't do something so then I could turn around and show her that I could. And she was a good teacher. She knew which way to push people. But there's too many students that, and the craziest part is that information that I wanted to learn, as useless as British literature is, you know, John Donne wrote Death Be Not Proud, Sonnet 10, For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. Yeah, they got that from John Donne. Christopher Marlowe, The Passionate Shepherd to His Love. Richard Lovelace, he founded Cavalier Poetry, To Lucasta on Going to the Wars. Why do I have this knowledge in my brain still? Why
I thought Hemingway wrote For Whom the Bell Tolls?
No, John Donne, Sonnet 10.
Yeah.
Death Be Not Proud.
Hemingway, if you look at, when you actually read For Whom the Bell
No,
Tolls.
I'm learning. I didn't. That's what I thought.
It's
all
included.
This time.
He puts it at the very beginning. It's like one of the first
been
things.
like literal high school since I read it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there you go. Thank you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, John Milton, Paradise Lost. You know, because I wanted to learn this stuff. And it wasn't because I knew I would need it in the future. It's because I wanted to learn it to show her that I could. And when you actually want to learn something, you obtain that knowledge. It doesn't just come and go in your brain. And yeah, we need either better teachers or we need students to, how do you get a young student to care about something like that? Well, you grab their attention. You make it fun.
Yeah, that's cool. And you can do it. But then you got to do it for 8 different other subjects.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing too. Children don't need to be taught 8 fucking subjects when they're not going to use, 6 of them ever. Like Cammy's Jaren is a great example. You don't need to teach this kid prepositional phrases and blah, blah. He's going to work in
participles.
Yeah. He's going to be working in computers. Okay. He's programming computers at the age of like 10 years old. Focus on that. Teach him more about that, something that he actually cares about and will obtain that knowledge, not something that he's going to learn and say, I don't care about that at all. And then the information just comes and goes. They really, and I understand, you need to broaden their horizons. Maybe they don't want to do that once they learn about something new. That's great. Yes. Show them doors. Don't force them through the door. And if they don't want to go, or if they can't make it through the door, you lubricate it so they can't. Oh, you can't read? You're graduate anyway. Don't worry about it. No, you don't get a trophy, kid. Sorry, you're going to have to do it again. I mean, do kids even redo grades anymore? I mean, I know when I was in 5th grade, we had a guy who had a mustache.
Right, exactly.
The 13-year-old in 5th grade, we had that guy. But I don't know if that takes place anymore. Children being held back because they can't. Well, that's going to affect that child you know what not being able to read is going to do to that child for the rest of their life? Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy the way education, and I mean, it's not like it's something new. I'm sure somebody, from the 20s would look at the children learning in the 50s and be like, what the hell are they doing? The same with the children from the 50s are looking at the children from the 80s and they're like, what the hell are they doing? And then all of us children that grew up in the 80s, I was one of those children, are looking now and looking like, what the hell are they doing? Yeah, it's almost as if it's planned. They say to pass middle school in the 1850s, you had to know more than the children graduating high school today. It was closer to a college level, graduate level. That's middle school. Yeah, that's a slow burn right there. And then change in history, or I mean, even the history that they created, they change it later. I remember the stuff I learned in school, you know, now the big thing you hear is, oh, Columbus knew the earth was round. Really? Because when I was young, that was the whole reason he was going. I was taught that in elementary school, that people used to fear falling off the edge of the earth until Columbus went around it. That was the story I was told in the 80s.
Or not that that's why he went, but that was one of the perils. That was
Yes.
why he was so brave, because at that time they just sort of assumed they would fall off the edge at some point, and he didn't really know where he was going. So he, in his brain, he thought there was a possibility he might just accidentally fall off the edge of the flat earth. But he didn't, because the earth is round, and he was able to prove that by not falling off the edge.
But yeah, I was taught that in school by my teacher. And now we're told, oh no, they knew the earth was round back then. Just happened to be the very first globe was the same year Columbus sailed the ocean blue, supposedly. That's the oldest globe. But yeah, I mean, they've changed it in just those 40 years, from the 80s till now. Do they still teach Columbus was scared he was going to fall off the earth? Probably not.
No, nobody in history ever actually believed the earth was flat. Everybody always knew it was round.
According to Trudeau and
right, ancient
Brian
people,
Bott.
they all knew it was round, ball floating around in space. Fucking A.
Allegedly.
But yeah, so colleges are not now colleges. You don't just get a trophy in high school now. Now it's freshmen in college also get trophies. No grades. Don't worry about it.
It'd be fine. We will emboss your diploma with a really cool gold seal. After all, you paid for it.
Yeah. an expensive piece of paper.
Well, you're gonna pay for it. Well, the government will pay
Well,
for it for you.
Somebody's going to pay for this. Yeah.
Ludicrous, I tell you.
Ludicrous.
Oh, what happened? Chinese scientists discover water reservoir on the moon. Sure, they did.
What?
Yeah, do you guys remember China has a rover up there? You might not, because they only showed the video footage for like a week before they pulled it down because it looks so real.
Yeah. Someone had one of those shorts up on YouTube that I saw, and I couldn't figure out a way to share it or save it. I don't know how those things really work when I'm on my phone. But it was showing some of their alleged spacewalking, and it was like the worst PS2, maybe PS3, maybe era of. Oh, it was terrible. I couldn't believe this, and I'm like, I hope people over there are not even pretending like they're believing this is real.
Oh, they don't get a choice.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. My bad. I forgot who I was talking about.
I just think that's funny. Oh, look, we found a lunar water tower. This says moon on the side.
So Europe's electric car mandate is getting torn up.
From the floor and up.
What?
I said from the floor and up.
From the floor and up.
Torn up from the floor and up.
So, and Ferrari is ecstatic about it. Automaker can continue to sell combustion engines that run on e-fuel. Yeah, I heard somewhere that Dodge, this is the last year of their muscle cars, V8 gas engine muscle cars, supposedly. Could be a sales ploy.
You don't think? Come on. Now, who would think to do such shady thing? I mean,
So the European Commission has agreed to demands from Italy and Germany to allow combustion engines to continue to be made as long as they run on carbon neutral e-fuel. Europe was set to ban the sale of new combustion engine vehicles in 2035. Oh, that's still a ways away, but will now rewrite the regulations to carve out an exemption. So e-fuels are made from carbon that has been sequestered from the atmosphere and combined with water to create combustible fuels that work like gasoline or diesel and emit only as much carbon when burned as was used to make them. Yeah, didn't we try the whole e-fuel thing over here with corn?
You can still find a few vehicles that'll use it. I've found a few in my search for vehicles as of late. There's still a couple you got to watch out for that E85 bullshit.
Yeah, I know there was one state where it was real big. It might have been Arkansas, where every place had E85 still. Like, I don't see that stuff anywhere anymore. Like down here in South Carolina, I don't even know if they have E85 anywhere. I'm sure there's certain
Midwest
gas stations.
Midwest. Go find the places that grow a lot of corn. You'll
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah. But even up in Indiana, it lasted for like a year or two, and you don't get better gas mileage. Yeah, it's cheaper to buy and to make and all that kind of stuff, but the gas mileage you get really isn't worth, what you're saving. I had a boss who tried it out for a few years, and he still has the vehicle, but he just never runs it. He's like, "Nah, I don't. It's dependent on gas prices. Half the time, it's more expensive to use this stuff." And I mean, the whole greenhouse gas thing, I don't know. I think they to keep the price of gasoline nice and high, they do things like this. You know, I mean, if we didn't tax gasoline federally and state here in the United States, I think it'd be like between 20 and 50 cents a gallon, somewhere around, probably even cheaper down by like Walter in Louisiana, where all the refineries are, and they don't have to ship the gas that far.
Mm-hmm.
I know Chicago has a lot of refineries. Well, Northwest Indiana up there. But yeah, it's most of the money that you pay for a gallon of gas is taxes, federal and state taxes. And the gas companies don't mind because every penny that they make off gasoline, an oil company, is profit. They make enough on the byproducts they sell from creating gasoline, taking the crude oil and getting all that stuff out of it, and then having, the stuff they pull out of it, they sell. There's this white powdery stuff they get they call it Coke. It's not like from Colombia, but they use this to pack in furnaces, in these big, huge, giant furnaces in the mills and places like that. They make enough money just selling that to pay everything, pay their employees, keep the lights on, pay for their properties, materials. They make enough money just selling that byproduct. Then they make another byproduct out of all that. Pretty much all the plastic you see comes from oil. I mean, I worked in plastic companies for 17 years. Every bit of resin, we call it, the little tiny beads of plastic that you melt down and put into molds machines, they came from Louisiana from an oil refinery and from northern Canada from an oil refinery. And we never got any plastic out of plants or anything like that. That was all from oil-based products. And that's all profit. So they're making money hand over fist without even selling gasoline. So it's all profit to them. But the whole fact that it's taxed so much is just ridiculous, in my opinion. Sorry about that.
Well, you know how rare dinosaurs were, and then only some of them turned into oil. Come on, Zack. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You gotta pay for it like it's a supply and demand type thing. I mean, it's been, running out since at least the 70s.
Back then, we were going into what, an ice age, right?
Well, okay. I think it was called that then. You're right.
In the 70s, we were going back into an ice age. We were going to have our next ice age that was going to, roar. And then how do you go from an ice age to a heat? I mean, could you be any more opposite of what you just told me a decade ago?
Well, it's because we got the chlorofluorocarbon problem under control once we did away with the VO5s. But now we have all of these carbon emissions, you see. And it's creating a whole new problem, you see. And a whole new reason for even more control, you see.
So we need more chlorofluorocarbons than you're saying. Break out the VO5. We need more 80s hairdos again.
No, I think Ross kind of nailed it. The more carbon dioxide, the faster plants grow. The earth cools.
Well, yeah.
Just grow plants. Whatever grows the fastest. Just imagine if you could find plants that can fully mature in just a few months, and you can go ahead and replant them because they create so many seeds, and you can just keep creating this, and you can use, after those 3 months, those plants for all sorts of things, oils, resins,
all kinds of shit.
Fabric. Right. we can just name all the stuff that we can use from these plants that we just created in 3 months to clean up this atmosphere.
I think human
What was that
beings-
last syllable you used there? That emphasis that you put upon it?
Yeah.
Ear.
Thank you. And what do we have here?
2
wait, wrong show.
ears and 1
Wait,
mouth. We should be listening
two
twice as
thumbs.
much as we should be talking.
I think humans, all of us,
Oh.
we could collectively try to destroy this place. And we would all end up dead from poisoning ourselves, and the earth would be fine. We can't destroy this place. It's like the ants destroying the case that's holding up their little ant farm. Not possible. Doesn't happen that way. There is no, I don't think there's anything we could do. I mean, we've tried. We were shooting off the biggest bombs we could make just into the air to see what would happen.
You mean into the fishbowl?
Yeah.
But the greenhouse. It was Operation Greenhouse, Operation Fishbowl. There's another really good operational name that they used. What was it?
Now they're out there doing stuff like that, and then they want to turn around and tax us for breathing? That's the part that just drives me up the wall insane.
Well, see, the thing is, you're not mouth breathing. If you were mouth breathing, it's a joke.
Well, yeah, I mean, even looking past all the private jets they take and all the nonsense and these big, huge mansions that are heated up in Aspen that they're not even at, they go to for a weekend out of the year. Put all that aside. Just the amount that we've done, just blowing shit up just to see if we could. You know, Nevada, how much in the state of Nevada is, I think it's like 90% owned by the government. And a lot of those places, they say you can't go because of radiation fallout, blah, 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 blah. Where's all the pushback for all this stuff that we've been doing? Oh, it's for national security. Yeah, but why did you do it? What was the purpose? And what was the environmental impact? It's like rules for thee, but not for we. I know that's an old story. Yeah, I don't get it. Do you think the fluoride really works as well as it seems?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'd be curious about the osteo and the dental fluorosis and what the levels of fluoride are.
It just seems that people back in the day would not have put up with what people today put up with.
Yeah.
Period. You know, just wouldn't happen.
What? Sorry, I'm trying to play double chat, and I went back over to Rockfin. Shout out, Nuba said, I used to say that 3 months is all we need to change the world. One crop. That's awesome.
Hmm.
Well, just imagine if everybody planted at least one and let it fully mature. Or if you had room, do 2. If you got room, just go outside and do like 5 and see what happens. And what if everybody just had like 5 going outside for no particular reason other than just to have it? It's just going to mature, and that's it. Maybe you can harvest something. Maybe you can do something with it. Maybe not, but you just let it go to maturity. So we had millions of these plants. Hundreds of millions of these plants growing.
You know how much oxygen there'd be?
Uh-huh. I would love to. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that just makes sense. They talk about, well, we have to get the carbon down to almost zero. Well, yeah. Instead of killing a person, plant a tree, plant an herb,
Plant a flower.
a bush, a shrub, anything. Plant a plant. I mean, doesn't that make a lot more sense than trying to kill everybody? Just add more plants. It's a symbiotic relationship we have here. So what happens? We kill off all the people, and then all the plants die because there's no CO2 for them to breathe anymore. I mean, what's the end? You trying to help Mother Nature destroy this place? Yeah, so backwards.
Well, it's because we're just bad, faulty species. That's why we have the politicians, because they're the good ones. They're so much better than the rest of us. They get to make those decisions. That's why they get a pass for polluting the atmosphere with the fishbowl and the bullshit they got going on. That's all right. They're politicians. There's the government. It's okay.
Yeah, I think
Oh. Well, that was my transition, but somehow it didn't transition to the right thing.
Well, since you transitioned, I have a new sound effect for you to add there to the board next to our good old buddy the mummy. It
wasn't that good.
wasn't good?
Did you not listen? It sounded more like some dude whistling. Every once in a while, like, okay, yeah, maybe a bone flute.
It's macking me.
It is. It is fucking macking me. Oh my god. So just so you know, this is a bone flute discovered in the early Neolithic site of Jaihu, somewhere in the Henan province, China, in 1999. Probably the earliest playable musical instruments ever found. It's a 7-hole flute made from a hollow wing bone of a large bird dating from around 7000 BCE. There you go. Well, oh, hey, look, while I'm sharing, a little bonus. It's kitty. More pictures.
Aww.
It's a kitty. We got a calico in the right. We got a little Spot Junior in the middle. And then we got a little striped mixture there to the left. So she seems to like the number 3 for her family.
I don't know what it is about animals, man, but I could be in the shittiest of moods.
And it
all
does it, right?
I just type in funny cat or funny dog videos, and in less than a minute, I forget about what I was mad about. I love animals so much, especially cats and the ones that, come up and love back on you and all that kind of stuff. They make this place so amazing. They really do. And they can, change your mood in a heartbeat. It's at least they can for me. If I see a dog or a cat, especially one that's, not just going crazy and doing something funny, but being real sweet and loving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just warms my heart.
Mm-hmm.
It helps you realize, yeah, this place is kind of what you make it and what you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
Where you focus all that attention is important. Not only to the area around you, but to you and your health.
What I have to agree with Sarah G in chat. Thank God it's not just people here, right? People are the worst.
I'd be gone. There's no way. I love animals. I was telling Cammie that the other day. I was like, I don't mind being alone as long as I have some animals around me. I'm perfectly content just talking with dogs and cats. I think I'd be all right out in the woods by myself for a while. Not saying I wouldn't eventually go crazy. But yeah, I think I could keep it pretty sane for a while. At least have, yeah, I don't know. I love them. I really do.
And I have to also agree. Oh, sorry. I'm having a little coffee burpage there. I have to agree with Gray Hulk. Ban all zoos immediately. I hate zoos now. I mean, I hated them when I was a kid. My family, my dad, that was his big thing because we were, parents were divorced when I was like 7. So my mom was Mississippi, my dad was here, and we would come here. And his big thing every summer would be, let's go to the zoo in Baton Rouge. And the only thing I liked about going there was the train that luckily didn't go through the zoo grounds. It was all set up outside the zoo and went around this lake and stuff. So, yeah, never liked the zoo. The only fun I had was 1 year.
Sorry, Walter. I was just saying, all the animals, they look so depressed.
Yeah, it's pitiful. The only fun I had was 1 year. My dad and stepmom, me, my sister, my brother. My brother was so young, he was in arm. Like my stepmom was carrying him. And I was walking with a balloon on a string. This is how young we all were. And we went into the snake pit cave thing they had built that you walk through like a long tunnel. It was dark, so you could look into these glass cages they had the snakes in. And my balloon brushed against one of the little fake stalagmite tight. Which one hangs tight? Like, I can't remember. And hit it and popped in there. And I guess everybody thought glass broke in there and the snake was getting out because it was like everybody scattered. And my dad outran everybody else trying to get out. Like he was, big old man, I'm a man. And he was like knocking people down trying to get out of there. It was great. It was great. Dogs are here to remind us of what unconditional love is. No coincidence that dog backwards is God. Shout out, David. Exactly. So cats are tack? I'm confused. Psych. Oh, wait. I did put a story in I wanted to get to before we got out of here today, too. Hang on. Let me go back to the Skype and put it up. Okay. So, we speak about this. Sorry, a bit thirsty. We speak about this quite often on our little show here, as unfortunately the fucking time is dragging today. Being silly. Time can do tricks. This is why children and adults experience time differently. So, basically, long story short, it's all about perception. I mean, that's really what this all boils down to. This long bunch of crap boils down to perception. And it's just like we all always say it is. When you're a kid, there's so much input and your frequency, or at least what we think anyways, your frequency is what it is. And so time is, a new thing to you. It's new. It's a new concept. You just got here from a place that had no time. And so now you're in this place that now has time. And it's like a new concept. So time is like, what? I can't have that candy bar until like after supper? Are you kidding? That's like forever. Oh, God, no. We can't go to the park until tomorrow. Oh, my God, I'll be dead by then. Time is a whole new concept to a kid. And that's what I think it really is. But anyway, like I said, basically it comes through this whole idea of different perceptions of And they have a word for it here. I'm trying to find in the flow of this thing. Heuristics. 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 I'm guessing.
Don't know. Don't know, Walter.
Isn't there a video on this thing? I thought, nope, it's not here. Okay. Apparently, from what I'm seeing here as well, the Earth is the only planet with plate tectonics.
What?
Why Earth is the only plate with plate tectonics. Mercury, Venus, Mars are all uniplate planets and always have been.
Oh my goodness.
That makes sense because spinning and space pairs and the way planets were formed, we're told, and that spinning molten goobity goop that makes space pairs out of stuff. And yet, here's Mercury, Mars, and Venus that are all uniplateral. I could try to play this. Do you want me to try that? We tried that before and it broke you, but it might work for me.
You're more than welcome to give it a shot.
I'm going to give it a shot.
Listen to this
I'm going to
article.
give it a shot. Huh? We'll see. We'll see what happens. If it sucks, then we'll take it down.
Why Earth is the only planet with plate tectonics, big think.
Terrestrially, plate tectonics are a vital part of Earth's evolution. The crust and upper mantle form the lithosphere, fragmented into a series of plates. These plates collide, spread apart, uplift, and subduct, creating diverse surface features. From mountain formation to volcanic island chains to oceanic spreading, plate tectonics affect Earth globally. Continental drift creates and breaks apart supercontinents many times throughout history. But is Earth unique? No other known planet possesses plate tectonics. Mars is a single-plate planet, enabling Olympus Mons to forms. With an unmoving uniplate and a hotspot beneath it, Olympus Mons is the largest planetary volcano. Mercury lost most of its mantle early on, having cooled to form a solid, one-plate planet. But Venus, almost the size and mass of Earth with comparable internal heat, also has only one plate. Although it's still volcanically active, Venus surface deforms, but doesn't flow. Earth owes its tectonic uniqueness to large surface oceans, with hints found elsewhere. Europa, Jupiter's ice-covered moon, exhibits evidence for ice plate tectonics. Subduction and subsurface liquid upwelling occur there, with similar activity possible on Pluto. Liquid water may be the key. Internal heat plus water's lubricating effects, combined, likely enable Earth's flowing, sliding plates. Mostly, Mute Monday tells an astronomical story in images, visuals, and no more than 200 words.
Well, that'll be good. Lots of visuals and only 200 words. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of bullshit. Okay, I gotta make this thing stop. Where is it? It's playing another one in my ear and I can't make it stop.
Have you guys made AI?
Oh, wait, this is epic. It's telling me how we can prove the Big Bang with an old TV set.
Oh, right. Background radiation, man.
Have you guys played with the AI voice changer thing yet? Have you done your voices?
I have not.
I have not uploaded my voice to any AI voice changers, no.
I refuse to put my voice on the internet. Are you crazy? Wait, damn.
Have you seen some of the ones David has done?
I haven't.
He did one Thai Man Dan. It was hilarious.
Oh my God.
talking about how he knows the Earth is flat and he's a total, what is he? A douchebag or something like that.
Oh, that's great. No, I got to go check it out for
And
sure.
I'm a total douchebag or something like that. It's hilarious, dude. He did a really good one with Rob Skiba, showing Rob in Vegas this October. Vegas, baby! Flattoberfest in Vegas. Gonna be awesome. But yeah, he showed a video of Rob from the future speaking at the Vegas Flattoberfest, saying how much he misses and loves all of us. And yeah, it's scary, dude. It really
Wait,
is
what
scary.
happened?
David did an AI voice and video with Rob Skiba in it.
Get
You
the
know,
fuck out. Okay,
Yeah.
I need to go talk to David and find out how he did that one.
it sounds like all they need is your voice for, a recording
Yeah,
of
but the
your voice.
video part, how do you get that? That's what I need to know about.
It may have been an old video of him and he just put the audio over it, possibly.
Oh, I got you.
No, that's
Because right now I'm trying to play with some of these AI video creator things just for, I mean, I had one back in the day that was great, worked for me, and then it's a long story. They changed. They became Vimeos. But, I mean,
oh yeah.
sorry, that went wrong really quick, didn't it? Buddy, that was it, not Bud. Buddy, that came Vimeo's Buddy, and it all went to hell. Anyway, definitely I need a new one. So I'm gonna there you go. Natch knows what's up. It's time to take a little break, let the AI do the work.
Could we do that? Have a show that's all AI with our voices?
Yes.
Just us as avatars.
I told Dave this months ago when I was first looking into the Chat GPT and how you could take it and basically build your own model. And if you were to take all of Dave's interviews, questions and answers, you could transcribe it with AI and load it all into text, right? You take the text, you upload it into your Chat GPT learning model, and then you can start asking it questions and it's going to put out text. Now you take your text to voice and you put the answers into the text to voice. You add Dave's voice, and you don't even need David Weiss to do a David Weiss interview. You could do it completely with AI. Just like that.
Austin from the Melodome is asking, "Oh my God, are we listening to bots right now?"
No, it's us. It's real. Hey, hold up. I just saw something in chat go by that I'm really interesting. Oh, or I thought it was, I saw it, I read it wrong when it went by and I'm playing catch up. I saw Chilster Deluxe asking Hulk, had he seen Orb's latest rendition? I read Norb's rendition because I just recently got a comment on the upload mirror I did of, the Universal Disclosure 3D model that he did based on Martin Kinney's stuff. And so I have that mirrored on my channel. And someone saw it and complimented me on it. And I was quick to say, oh, no. I appreciate the interest in the channel, but definitely this is Norb's baby and his model based on, Martin Kinney, blah, blah, blah. And I started to go, I'll send you a link. I couldn't remember if I put one in the description. And then I remembered, oh, wait, didn't Norb take all this down and say, here, everybody have it before I take it down or something?
Yep.
Because he was doing more music or something was going on. I thought. So I went to go see exactly what was going on his channel, which doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize that. That's me playing catch up. So yeah, anything you wanted, it's gone. If you didn't get it, it's gone. I had grabbed the things that at the time I wanted. There was still some stuff I wanted to grab. Music, I know we have his shout out video here somewhere. It's got our stuff on it and things. So with the alien giving us the shout out and whatnot, and everybody, a lot of people in Flat Earth got shout outs. But yeah, I definitely would have gotten more out of it too. And again, at the time, space and recording and them trying to stay ahead of all the downloaders I had was pretty effective. I was really struggling to keep shit downloaded. So yeah. If you want that video off of my channel, you're more than welcome to go grab it, pull it, get it however you can. I have it somewhere in this 2 terabytes of stuff, but it would take me probably a week to find it and get it to you. If I do find it in a passing thing, I'll throw it there on the Telegram page for you guys, and you can have it as well. But the thing I didn't know is the Martin Kinney stuff is also gone now. That part I did not know had happened. I missed that apparently along the ride. I didn't know all of his channel stuff was gone.
I didn't realize Martin was gone too.
No, it's gone, like 404 gone. Doesn't exist. No, that's how they completely took it away. And I don't know if it was them or if it was him. You know, I don't know if it was YouTube that did it or if it was like Norm had pulled his stuff. I knew, but I didn't know his channel was gone. Again, I knew that the music was there after the stuff was gone. I thought that's what I had seen. Could be wrong. If anybody in chat knows a different story, let me know.
I know he suffered quite a bit of loss the last couple of years, and that had really kind of hit him hard. And I think he was just kind of needing to unplug and get away and get away from people.
Right, but again, I thought he had left the music up and had pulled all this out. I think it is still up. I just misunderstood the whole thing.
I think his music is still up. I just don't think it's going to be up on YouTube. I would check Spotify or SoundCloud.
So again, I got confused when I saw Orb being mentioned. What is that in respect to whatever there at Chilster Deluxe? Let me know. I would love to check out new anything.
Is somebody trying to give you some free cryptocurrency? Is that what it is?
Oh, is it Orb currency? I don't know. I'm so out of touch these days. I mean, I really do unplug when I get off these shows now. I'm sorry, what?
Didn't you put a story in the Space Lettuce pile about
did I? I saw the story, but you know how I do sometimes. The headline is catchy, so I'll throw it in there and we'll read it together. Let me go through it up and see which one it was.
See if I can find it. There we go.
Oh, Lord. It's
the guy from OpenAI. That's what it was. The guy from OpenAI is trying to give out free cryptos.
Crypto is bouncing back right now. I heard some guy somewhere, lots of money, whatnot, said Bitcoin will hit 2 million on this surge. This next spike that it takes. You know how the market's always, up and down, kind of like the tides. Well, this is supposed to be a really high tide. I know Hex has been quite active over the last month.
Oh, wait. We might have something to play. Let me see.
Well, we are about out of here. I know it'd be break music if we were on TFR.
Yeah, it would.
That kind of flew by. Thank y'all for hanging out with us.
Let me play this on the way out.
You play it on the way out.
Since we're not really doing TFR. This is a little message we got in. I'm laying down, dropped it away. Where is it? Hey guys.
Hi everyone, my man Dan here, or you can call me by my more accurate name, Strawman Dan. I just wanted to let you all know that my favorite show on Tuesday mornings, as by far, Iron Real Media. I love hearing the boys talk all things flat earth, and it has nothing to do with that fact I like boys. Yes, I have men's names tattooed on my arms. I'm a total douchebag.
Wow, that's good stuff right there.
That's kind of scary. Holy shit. Dude, I'm out of here. I'm off the internet. Y'all need to go get everything you want off Walt's channel. He's pulling it all today. Get all the cat pictures you need today. I'm out of here.
I got to find out how you did that.
Spooky, man.
My Tuesday and Friday mornings just got so much easier with this soundboard.
Right.
I mean, I only say like 10 things anyway.
We're doing 10 shows a week. Quantity, right? Not quality. That's how you make the big bucks. Oh my God, that's so frightening. David, you just scared me, dude. Holy shit.
Oh, I have men's name tattooed on my arms.
Oh man. That is
Love y'all.
And remember, it has
Thank
nothing
you
to
guys.
do with the fact that he likes boys.
Nuba hit the YouTube chat. Right. Absolutely nothing. Oh, that's great. That's great.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys back here on Friday morning for more of the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFR Live.
And Friday evening, as far as I know, we'll still have a guest. And, I need to confirm that, though. I don't think he ever actually replied to me about the details. So I'll check in on that. We'll know for sure 100% on Friday morning. How about that?
That sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right. Love you guys. Be good. Be
Thank you
well.
all.
Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you. Bye-bye.